Hello everybody, my name is Kenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out the new DPR Ian song, The Show. This is my first comeback since I discovered Ian and became a fan of his music. I know that I still have Limbo, Don't Go Insane, So I Danced, and Saint to check out. However, I really didn't want to miss being able to be in the moment of this comeback. Because like I said, it is my first. Going into this, I don't know anything. I've been really avoiding spoilers. I did see like him tweet like about obviously the video coming out and things like that. But I'm going into this completely blind as always. Usual spiel. I am autistic, so pause warning. I pause probably a lot more than maybe other people do. It just helps me process things a lot easier. If that's not for you, that's totally okay. But without any further ado, let us dive into the show. Let's go. There's a place where I often go, not to disappear, but to search below, where the past returns to burn my soul. Ooh, hang on, shut up. Sorry. Where the past returns to burn my soul, and each time I turn that fire into something whole. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What I go through, most will never know. Oof. I don't really mind. Oh, these are interesting sounds. Oh. So are we continuing on? Because this kind of reminds me of obviously the I don't know if it's the exact same theater, but the theater in Welcome to the Show. This feels like I don't. Is it? Oh, sorry. This is very interesting. Ooh. Who are you? Ooh.
And I saw you as I walked in through the side to a room full of actors all getting high. And I had my heart broken just the other night. And now I just tell myself you're the only one that kept me safe. 'Cause loving you was way too deep for me. Held on too long just so you can see the flowers withered as you went by. So shoot the bullet again. I swear the gods could have left you.
I want to pause, but there's no place to.
Like me, and I was just hoping that you would get back into my crowd. But where did you go? I'm just a mess today. I wish they would have left you with me. I swear they don't get you like me. And I was just holding you in the backseat of my car. So where did you go? Get ready for the show.
Okay, I need to pause because that that was a lot. There isn't lyrics on this video, so I'm really finding it difficult to keep up with the lyrics. But what I have been catching so far, it seems to be a story about Ian and someone else, or maybe a metaphor for himself, trying to save him from bad people and stuff. I love how it sounds. I love the use of the vocal effects to like distort his voice and stuff. I am very overwhelmed and overstimulated. I'm really enjoying this though. I did also just find it really interesting the use of Ian and there's one member of like the ensemble, if you like, that feels more prominent. She's I'm assuming here that she, but it's this girl, this woman in the red dress, and I wondered if that was a parallel to Ian. I'm not really sure. I'm really loving how this sounds though. I apologize if I'm not like, if I don't seem as on top of things as I usually do. This is hard for me to focus on because there's so much going on, and I'm really trying to catch everything. But there's not been really any place like for me to like, apart from here, where I felt like I could take a natural like pause. So I apologize if I feel a little bit more disjointed than usual. I love the use of the black and red coloring, both in kind of Ian's outfit with the hair and the suit kind of outfit, slash it's like a jacket, as well as with in the ensemble as well. This is so interesting. Also, the beginning, I do want to talk about the beginning with the text. The where he says about going through things. I'm not saying that, quoting this verbatim, of course, but going through hell and stuff, and then making something whole. I think that's such a perfect description of Ian's music. He goes through something, some kind of struggle that we don't see, and even he says that, and then he is able to make these amazing visuals, this amazing song or songs, to quote his obviously his discography up until this point, and it's a really, really powerful kind of thing to do, to be able to do, to kind of take that power back a little bit. I'm really sad that there's no captions, because, as I said, I am really struggling to keep up with everything. I may try and do another watch through, because I think I'm gonna need to do it for this song, just to see if I can pick up anything else. But yeah, we've got that religious theme there as well. I love the way he's doing that, because he's doing like a full voice, get ready for the show, but then he's like lightening it, get ready for the show. It's not totally like that, but it's that contrast there. I really, really like that. Ooh, but this, I don't, everything's happening. Ooh, that drum. Oh, I didn't bring up stuff. I was just about to say, I love this title card just because it's giving that that meme. I know that's not what this is, but in my head, my first thought was that meme of like, when you do a group project, and it's like me, and so that was the first thing that made me think about that. But obviously, Ian does do all of this himself, and it's so creative, and it's such a talent, to be able to have, like, to be creative is one thing, but to be able to like put your hand into different mediums of creativity. Lots of people, they might be good at one or two things, but Ian composes, produces, writes. In terms of music, here he's producing again, but it's a different type of production. He directs, he edits, he does the VFX, he color grades. All of those are often handled by one person each, and so for him to have that control, but also that ability, is something that always really inspires me. Oh, I like this bass line. Interesting, telephone voice there.
You sell perfection in the mirror with your lipstick, you the show. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, you just stay for the show. Just stay for the show. Why don't you just stay for the show? Just stay for the show.
No. I didn't even notice like where we were in this. I'm gonna pause because I want to talk. I want to talk and I don't want to miss anything. The way that changed up from the beginning, it almost like we just got an entire like 2-hour film in 3 minutes. And like the first part of the song was your intro, including the text at the beginning was the intro, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then we suddenly hit the middle, and then it was Act 2 and the credits. And like I was joking about the thing because I didn't expect like the other credits to come up, but like that was like so. I feel like I feel like I was just in like a bubble of time. Like that felt like no time passed at all. I definitely am going to try and watch this through again when we get to the end, because I am struggling as it is to process. But yeah. Okay. Are you? I'm scared. I'm sorry. I'd like to be more put together in my thoughts because like I usually am, but like I don't know that went by. I don't know how you guys reacted to like when this started playing for you guys, but did I just say for you guys like a bunch of times? But like I feel like that went by so quickly, and like was that a me thing? Was that just like a hey you struggled to process that, or am I not alone? I am gonna go back and I'm gonna try and listen to lyrics. It is really hard. I am someone that like if I'm really trying to pay attention to lyrics, I need to to see them as well. I'm a much better reader than I am a listener, just because of my sensory issues. So I'm gonna do my best. This feels like we're burning like the what came before, like starting anew a little bit. They're very high fantasy. High fantasy? That's not the word I'm looking for. I'm loving the like the swaying movement of those.
As I walked in through the side to a room full of actors all getting high, and I had my heart broken just the other night, and now I just tell myself you're the only one that kept me safe.
So we've got a little bit of storytelling there with this person, you know, maybe sneaking in on the side, I think, or Ian came in from the side, and you know, discovering the less glamorous side. When I heard that this time, I definitely felt like this was maybe an indictment of the industry as a whole, because he talked about getting his heart broke, and I think that's maybe, it might not be, but it might be a call back to when, like, for instance, he was a K-pop idol. You know, he probably because I don't know like what he was like and what like that kind of period was for him. I know obviously he's moved on now, but it's not hard to imagine that maybe that might be a little bit of a callback to that, as well as more recent things goings on with kind of the DPR Ian brand and things like that. But like that idea that you go in for the you're captivated by the show, by the actors, the performance, and being able to express yourself, and then you see the darker side, the getting high, the mistreatments, the manipulations, all that kind of stuff. And also, Ian feels like this person, whether metaphorical or as whoever's a real person, and of course you could also bring his DID in as well. That whomever that is, or whomever that represents, you could definitely feel like with how fast-paced the industry is and things like that, just needing someone to hold on to and anchor himself, to keep him kind of grounded.
Just tell myself you're the only one that kept me safe. 'Cause loving you was way too deep for me. Held on too long just so you can see the flowers withered as you went by. So shoot the bullet again. I swear the gods could have left you.
So there he was saying about the flowers withered as you passed by. So if we take what I said earlier about him needing someone to ground, needed someone to ground him, and and he said himself about them saving him. I think that's what he said. This definitely feels like that was maybe an illusion, that they weren't actually anchoring him. There was a sense of betrayal there, maybe, and maybe that's what the color kind of palette of this video is, because you've got the beauty and in some cultures the luck of the red, contrasted with the black elements, that kind, and it's like almost like a transition. You've got this person who's mostly red and white, and then you've got a little bit more black, still a little bit red, still a little bit of white. Then you move to the right hand side, and you've got basically no white. The lightest kind of part of this person's outfit is this necklace. I don't know if it's actually a necklace or if it's actually part of the outfit, but this part of the outfit, and this little, I don't know if that's a visual glitch or something, before like the final person is entirely in black. So it's almost that visual journey of discovering a person's true intentions a little bit there. It also could be as well, because obviously I said red is luck. Obviously in all other cultures, red is, in other cultures, it is more evil and, manipulative and that kind of thing, villainous. So it might be what I said before, or it might be a combination of that and the devil, trusting someone that isn't good, isn't maybe doesn't have your best interests at heart, but needing to trust them for whatever reason. Yeah.
I swear they don't get you like me. And I was just hoping that you would get back into my crowd. But where did you go? I'm just a mess today. I wish they would have left you with me. I swear they don't get you like me. And I was just holding you in the backseat of my car. So where did you go? Get ready.
So yeah. So again, Ian could easily be talking about another person, or he could be talking about himself here, personified into another person, which I think obviously again with DID and things like that is an experience that Ian probably can write well, even if he's not directly speaking like into about his own DID kind of system and things like that, because there's elements that are like he could be talking about someone else, you know, very literally, you know, we were in the back of the car, you know, come back in the car, that kind of thing. But there's also this double meaning there of the no one knows you better than I do, I think was the line, or no one knows you like I do. And so it could be one or the other for me. I also find this very retrospective. It feels to me like if you take it as two different people, it almost and I have one for viewing him this as one person rather than two. But if you looked at it as two people, you almost have Ian as someone who's been in the industry for a while in one form or another, trying to save someone who's maybe newer to the industry, you know, just getting started, trying to protect them from the darkness, the ills of the industry. But equally, if you look at it as one person, just Ian, in a lot of ways, with this album being the Ian album, you could almost say he's trying to protect himself as he re-debuts, if that makes sense. In that, like, he's seen what he's gone through before, and he's trying to protect himself from that. So in a way, it's almost like he's almost being it's almost like he's being his own DID system, if that makes sense. So obviously with DID you've got the different alters and things like that, but it feels like he's almost taking control of the system in that way, or making a new system. I don't know if that it makes sense, or if that's even how that can work, but it feels like that a little bit, to me, making just trying to make himself stronger, if that makes sense, as he moves forward. I don't know if that makes sense, or if I'm just rambling, but it was just the way that, you know, he said, like, I've been a mess, and things like that, and it feels like he's trying to pick up the pieces. I don't know. Please let me know if I'm just rambling. I love him in the bathroom. I don't know, it's just a light bit of comedy. I love the melodrama in that little bit there. And then like this bit here. I do love this bass line.
Why don't you step inside and lose yourself in awe? Your self-perfection in the mirror with your lipstick, you the show. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, you just
That bit there as well does seem like a very critical of the industry. You stand there, I think it was, you stand there in front of the mirror and sell a lipstick or something like that. It sounds like almost like a pep talk to someone who's like confidence is shaken a little bit. But at the same time, you had like a little bit of a criticism of like you're able to go out there and like pretend like everything's okay. But like I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel like this reaction of mine is not. I always like to try and like be on top of things, and I feel like I'm missing so much.
Got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, you just stay for the show. Just stay for the show. Why don't you just stay for the show? Just stay for the show.
When this first played, I didn't know if this was a song that I haven't heard yet, whether it's like a past song or a new song. Because it's hard for me to hear it. I think I got a lot more of the lyrics this time, but I'm really disappointed in myself because like this is my first comeback and I was really excited for it, and I feel like I've not been able to like appreciate it because I'm sure there's so many things that I've missed. Like like this is such a good, like it's a good song. Of course it's a good song, but like it's such a good song. And I really like the music video, but I'm just here like I feel like I'm missing so much. I just looked at the comments and someone in the comments said, "Notice how he gave credits to everyone," because that was my first thought when I saw the credits was, first of all, I was like, oh, we're further along in the video than I thought we were, and then the fact that like obviously everything was credited to him as it should be at that point. I was like, it's like one of those group project memes. But then he did obviously the put the credits for everyone else as well, which I always really appreciate. But what I really appreciated was he put it in a place that you couldn't skip. So obviously most people put credits at the end. Now I'm guilty of this too, but there's lots of times where credits will come up and I will have left the video, left the song, whatever it is, by that point. So him putting it in the middle of the song, okay, it's just after the middle, but within the body of the video, as it were, rather than at the end, is so very clever because it forces you to see all the people that are part of it, rather than just kind of, okay, it's the end of the video, bye now, as the credits are rolling kind of thing. I really, really liked this as kind of like the first step into the new era. I apologize. I always get scared. I'm gonna be very real with you guys. When I get overwhelmed like this, and it does happen more than like I'd like to admit, there is always this thing in the back of my head, like, do I post the reaction? Because I always have this thing where I want to actually add something to the video. I don't just want to be there just kind of being like there. I want to be present and I want to be appreciative because Ian, it doesn't matter what our artist is, but we're talking about Ian right now. Ian, puts so much effort and so much work into these concepts, into these songs and videos, that like me just kind of sitting there being like a nodding dog, or even worse, just being present and not being able to say anything or do anything, it always makes me feel really bad. But I really, really enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone. Bye.